Greetings to everyone present. I want to say bless you powerfully. I want to welcome you to this Word Processing Masterclass 001. And I'm very quickly, without much ado, I like to begin with a statement that says, to know is to be known. People know you with what you know. And the reason why we are here is because what we claim to know is very important and significant in this profession called knowledge industry. So to know is to be known. People know you with what you know. So sometime and many times you need no introduction. People can estimate, they can value, they can place a worth upon you by virtue of what you know that we refer to as content. And I'd like you to always bear this in mind. To know is to be known. People know you with what you know. Very quickly, I also introduce you to Wisdom Today, which is a brand, a platform, and an outfit reputable and well known for the sole objective of providing the needed human resource and capacity development, training, momentum, motivation, and impetus for peak performance, using the dynamics of the scripture as antidotes to solving spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, economical, and social riddles of life and in the workplace. At Wisdom Today, we give you the impetus for peak performance. Also, and very important, at Wisdom Today, we take our pride in our unique value proposition, which is direction, stability, leadership, profit, and motivation. In our list is motivation at the last, but not the least. So we have the direction, the stability, leadership, profit, and motivation. Our services include, but not limited to, providing insights, information, and enlightenment. We're into mental and capacity building and development. We're into coaching, training, and mentoring. We're into staff and personnel training. We're into admin and human resource development. We also have a department for debt management services and consequently business engineering and development services. So some of our resource books published and ebooks are The Prover Wealth of Wisdom. Secondly, we have Understanding Time and Chance. Number 3, we have Can One Be Wise and Be Poor? Number 4, These Two Things Will Make You Poor. Number 5, we have Wisdom People Are Happy People. Number 6, Prepare to Reach Your Goal. Number 7, Wisdom Strategic Model and Approach to Dealing with Blunders, Errors, and Mistakes. Number 8, How to Maximize the Age of Intelligence. Number 9, who is right, who is wrong, and what is right and what is wrong. Number 10, circumstances mastery. Now, if I want to take these books one after the other, I will not exhaust it. Now, the Proverb Words of Wisdom is a 180-page book. It cost me about 14 years to put this book together. And I can tell anybody, if you need a mystery, get this copy, get this book, and you never regret you did. The Understanding Time and Chance, you see, there's a particular content in the scripture that says the race is not to the swift. And because of that, people capitalize on that and believe that even if you didn't put in much effort, what will be will be. But that the Bible says the race is not to the swift does not mean you should not be swift. Nor the battle to the strong does not mean you should not be strong. So this is the mystery I try to solve in this book. You get a copy, you discover much more. When you look at it, Can One Be Wise and Be Poor? You see, the mystery between the mystery and the balancing between wisdom and poverty and wisdom were dissolved in this particular book. And also there are two things that can make one poor. You have to discover the mystery. And if you want to be happy, you see, wisdom people will always be happy people. So get this ebook. Also, if reaching your goal is your target and focus, just prepare to reach your goal. And wisdom strategic model and approach to dealing with blunders, errors, and mistakes. You see, I've made a lot of professional mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I've made a lot of mistakes in my relationship. But I can tell you, the mystery, the wisdom, the approach, the model I discover to balance and refocus were demystified in this particular book. Wisdom strategic model and approach to dealing with blunders, errors, and mistakes. You get a copy. Then the next one is how to maximize the age of intelligence. You see, work has been redefined. A lot of things have been redefined. We are in the age of intelligence. We are in the age that certificate does not really matter. What you learn in school does not really count. But what counts is how to maximize this present age of intelligence. You get a copy and you discover much more. Then the question, another one is, who is right? Who is wrong, and what is right and what is wrong. So you know, certain things we condemn today become right tomorrow. Certain things we make right today are condemned in the nearest tomorrow. So in this book, I juxtapose and you see the mystery between right and wrong. What constitutes right, what constitutes wrong. Why are certain things right and why are certain things wrong? Absolutely, in this book, one principal thing you discover is that there is nothing that is absolutely right or wrong. But right or wrong are dependable on certain variables. You discover it. Then again, you see circumstances mastery. Wow, in this book, I was able to deal seriously with what is happening to you as an individual. How do you master your circumstances? How do you manage? How do you maneuver? And how do you use your circumstances to your advantage? Wisdom Today resources will give you more value for less. So each of these books costs 750 naira, and the only one that is 1,000 naira there is the prover wealth of wisdom. You get a copy and you never regret you did. All right, so let me talk about who we are and what we do. At Wisdom Today, we do not claim to know it all, but we do not teach what you already know or what everybody knows and teaches. Our frequency differs and above. We are a source and a sought after to and by others, other people and other organizations. Originality of idea, concept, and insight are our hallmark. We revolutionize the mind. We revolutionize the mind. I can tell you, we revolutionize the mind. We puncture leadership, greed, and core creed. We liberate men and set them free. Ultimately, you are powered with impetus for peak performance. At Wisdom Today, we give you more value for less. I can say that again and again. So, the mission statement of Wisdom Today is number one, to help you puncture leadership and philosophical greed, called creed. Number two, to help you delete creed without losing color. Number three, to power and empower you for a little creed that leads to greatness. Number four, to open your eyes and ears to what you have never seen or heard before. Number five, to help you achieve more with less effort. Number six, to see your mind switch from chain to change thinking. Number seven, to see you liberated and able to stand without using crutches. And the last, ultimately, to see the new you emerge in liberty and prosperity. Wisdom Today, giving you the impetus for peak performance. The vocal point of our programs are to provide the needed impetus for peak performance, to align our audience and participants with the 21st century development, to meet the information need for a change economy, to help individuals reach full potential, to facilitate change for growth and development. Why is there need for word processing masterclass? Why do we need this word processing masterclass? Why? Number one, because there are a lot of junks out there. There are so many junks. There are a lot of mind abuse out there. Hence, wisdom today has come to shape minds of word practitioners and influencers. That's our target. That's our aim. If we can achieve that, we are done. So, if I may ask you, are you thinking of the surest, the cheapest, and affordable highway to leadership? If that is your concern, that's why I'm here. If you are thinking of the surest, the cheapest, and affordable highway to limelight, if you are thinking of the surest, the cheapest, and affordable highway to eminence, if that is your target, that's why we are here. Are you thinking of the surest, the cheapest, and affordable highway to abundance? Now, may I say this to you: the surest, the cheapest, and most affordable route or highway is the highway of word practitioning, highway of thought leadership, highway of communication. Hence, teachers, communicators, word practitioners rule and reign in the world. Now, it is not just influencing through the words, but what kind of word? Because one could be negative or positive. We want to go the positive way. Teachers and teachings will never go into extinction. Preachers and clergy will never go into extinction. Advisors and advisors will never go into extinction. Guardians and counselors will never go into extinction. Their demands will ever be high all the time. The ministry, the profession, the vocation, the occupation, and the industry is ever lucrative. I thank God you are one of us, because I'm one, and I thank God you are one of us. That's why you are here. All right. So wisdom today has taken it upon herself to commit to shaping minds and reshaping minds. We are committed to sharpening and resharpening minds. We are committed to orientating and reorientating minds positively to dish out the best content ever. So, very quickly, we'll go into today's assignment, which is to be a certified word processor. At the end of this teaching, you will know how to be a word processor. You will be a word processor. Your word practicing in practice will take a new dimension. So, welcome to the world of a certified word processor. All right. So, may I begin with this? And I'd like you to look at it with me. Talking about thought leadership, or a thought leader, or a word practitioner, the key service of a thought leader is principally word processing. Processing word, appropriating words, diction, usage of words in context, connotatively and denotatively, and using it as appropriate. So the key service of a thought leader is principally word processing. That is, shaping and sharpening minds, transforming thoughts, and consequently bringing a paradigm shift to mindset. You see, that is beautiful. That is what we do. So every addict follower of wisdom today will not doubt our capacity in doing this. We have mastered the science, the arts, and the skills of word processing. That's exactly what we do in wisdom today. So we are specialists in shaping and sharpening minds vis-a-vis word processing to refinement. We are not narrow-minded, we are not myopic, we are not sentimental in our view, content, and principles, but ensuring and expressing a classical and global view that stands the test of time. As seemingly good as some quotes are, they are the root of evil vices, corruption, disorientation, and abuse of minds in our larger society. All right, let me quickly give you certain example. And I'd like you to think about this quote. Look at it. Expect the best and prepare for the worst. What do you say to that? That is a quote from a leader. That is a quote from a world influencer. That is a quote from somebody who has audience, who has people who listen to him. He just simply said, expect the best and prepare for the worst. Now, if I may ask you, what is good and what is bad about this singular innocent quotation? Expect the best. Now, the question is, how can somebody be expecting the best? And how can somebody consciously be preparing for the worst? These are, these are things that doesn't really match. Now, look at this. How could one possibly be expecting the best when he or she has not adequately prepared for it? Because expectation is not imaginary and abstract, but tangible. Again, how could senile minds be preparing for worst? So, as a thought leader and word processor, I would rather say prepare for the best and ignore the worst. You see, when you say prepare for the best, it tells you that expectation is a deliberate thing, it's a tangible thing. It's not based on assumption. It's something you have to work for, it's something you have to long for, it's something you have to you have to process to reality. Now, rather than somebody telling you that expect the best, how can you be expecting the best when you have not mastered, when you have not prepared consciously for the best to come? Now the person is now telling you prepare for the worst. Will you wake up in the morning and be preparing that the worst will happen to you? No. In disguise, what the person is telling you is that wake up in the morning and be preparing that something worse will happen. That is programming your mind for the evil. But that is not supposed to be. So rather, as a thought leader, as a word processor, I would rather say prepare for the best. Do everything you can to prepare for the best. Program your mind for the best. Put in the best thing for the best to come to you. But ignore the worst. Don't, in other words, I'm not saying that certain things cannot happen, but don't begin to program your mind for the evil to come to you. Don't begin to be conscious that I'm expecting one evil to happen. Ignore it. Don't even give it attention. If you don't give it attention, the possibility is that it will never come to you. But when your mind is attractive, magnetizing the evil by your mind preparation, prepare for the worst. So, as a thought leader, these are things we have to correct. This statement, this quotation seems to be innocent, but it's so damaging. Expect the best, prepare for the worst. But as a thought leader, we need to reorientate the minds of our people that it is rather prepare for the best and ignore the so-called worst. Because if you don't put your mind there, have you remembered and have you forgotten this quotation that says, whatever your mind can conceive, whatsoever your mind can conceive, you will achieve. So when your mind is conceiving evil, it's like you are magnetizing evil to come to you. So prepare for the worst, ignore the worst. Prepare for the best, ignore the worst. Prepare for the best, but ignore the worst. I hope I've been able to do a little bit justice to this. All right, let's consider the second quotation. The second quotation says, sometimes you make a decision right. I mean, sometimes you make a right decision. Now, and sometimes you make the decision right. Beautiful, isn't it? Sometimes you make a right decision, and sometimes you make the decision right. These are two different statements. These are two parallel things. Now, At the first time when you make a right decision, it means you are conscious of what you are doing, you are knowledgeable about what is good, what is bad, and you have chosen the good. But in the second one that says make the decision right, that is, you know that that decision you have taken is wrong, but you live in assumption that let's just progress and take it as if it is right because we don't want to correct it. Now, so here is my submission. Here is my submission. Making a right decision can be accidental and can be intentional. And making the decision right might be consciously progressing in error instead of correcting in the immediate. So, as a thought leader, these are things we need to correct. These are things we need to balance. We have to juxtapose. We have to understand because people take us as an authority. They believe whatever we say is correct. Whatever we say, they run with it. They hardly believe we are wrong. And just take that singular statement, somebody will run with it and somebody will live by it as a principle of life. Sometimes you make the decision right. Sometimes you make the right decision. So making a right decision can be accidental. Sometimes you don't even know, but it turn out to be the best. It turn out to be the right answer. So it can be accidental and it can be deliberate, it can be intentional. But when you say making the decision right, it means you actually know it is wrong, but you are progressing in error because you don't want to correct in the immediate. The third case study, look at this. It says marriage is not an achievement, it is a responsibility. It was a friend of mine many years ago, at the time when we were not even thinking about marriage. He uttered this word, and it took me some time to even be able to come up with a contrary view. Marriage is not an achievement, he said, it is a responsibility. Then I asked a question. I said, even though the assertion sounds reasonable, it took me a little time of meditation to think otherwise. Were it not to be an achievement, we wouldn't have marriageable singles with halogen searchlights for suitors everywhere. Were it not an achievement, we wouldn't have marriageable singles firing missiles of prayer in religious houses and mountains at the same time and on the same matter. So, marriage is an achievement. Hence, when all look forward, hence, we all look forward for it. We look forward for marriage. People are concerned about marriage. When you reach that age and no suitor is forthcoming, people are concerned. Even you are concerned. So definitely, marriage is an achievement. Now let me cite this illustration. Just imagine a young man who is intelligent, who is knowledgeable, who has a a work, and somebody who is balanced, who is financially okay, is able to take cater for himself, is responsible, and you now say, okay, please, can you be sending this little boy or little girl to school, be taking care of this girl as well. When you had additional responsibility to a responsible person, what do you call that? That's an achievement. So when a man is competent, able, financially able, mature, emotional stable, independent, financially able, and all ramification is balanced, is responsible, and you had another responsibility, in this case a woman, to him, is an achievement because he can take care of all. So it is not just a responsibility. Marriage is actually an achievement. So, but when you consider that statement, when it was said, somebody can become nonchalant. Somebody can just look at it and say, Kai, so it's just a responsibility. But the truth of the matter is that marriage is an achievement, not just a responsibility. So, ordinarily, when you take care of yourself, an additional responsibilities is given to you to take care of. What do you call that? It is simply an achievement. All right. So I hope I've been able to uh, change your mind about the ministry, about the occupation, about the industry, about the vocation you have chosen in your respective life. This vocation, this word practicing, this influencing through the ways is a major task, is the surest path to leadership. We influence in ways, we influence in ways. People look up to us. And when you are able to change, modify, and refine the thinking and the minds of people, definitely ruling the world, taking charge of your society, people clamoring to listen to you will not be a difficult task. Thank you very much for today. Now, if you want to connect wisdom today, you can connect us through the WhatsApp. If you are not in Nigeria, you can add 234 plus 234. Our WhatsApp number is 0033215134. Our Twitter handle is at Wisdom Today 247. Our Instagram is Wisdom Today Speaking. Our YouTube channel is Wisdom Today Channel. So I just changed it to channel recently. So it is Wisdom Today Channel. You can please connect and subscribe and share our content on Wisdom Today Channel. Please, please, I beg of you, just click like, comment, share, and subscribe. And please just click on that notification button. As soon as we drop any video, you get it in the immediate. Our LinkedIn is simply John Alabi. Just look at John Alabi, you get it. Facebook is John Alabi, and our email is wisdomtodaymedia@gmail.com. May I say once again, thank you. And as usual, bless you and all yours powerfully. My name is John O. Alabi for Wisdom Today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can I please entertain questions, comments, contributions, clarifications now? Thank you. God bless you.